to my channel. Today is all about my acne story and also an update on what I'm doing to help with my acne. I had to resist wearing makeup so I could show you my face, acne and all. I'm gonna start right from the beginning. Somewhere around middle school, my mom got me started on skincare, so I would build the habit of taking care of my skin. I'm not sure if it was that or genetics, but I did not have bad skin through those ugly teen years. I dealt with pimples, which were like the end of the world to me, but I was so blessed because my skin was nowhere near bad, like at all. I didn't struggle with it, so I wasn't used to it. I got into college and still I was blessed because I did get pimples here and there, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I'm honestly surprised that my acne didn't get worse in college because of all the stress, lack of sleep. It still shocks me, but after college, transitioning into my early 20s, my face started to get worse. I want to mention and make this very clear that I understand my acne is not as bad as it could be. I would say that I'm not quite on the lower end, but I'm not quite over here. I'm somewhere in the middle. I do get it really bad around my mouth and up here. Basically the T-zone is where I get it really bad. This brings me to my skin change. Growing up, I had really dry skin. My skin is still dry, but I've become a lot more oily. So I've basically developed combination skin, which is so different for me. I've had to change all of my face products. I'll start with skincare. I used to use Olay growing up, and then I transitioned into Burt's Bees. This is, I think I used to use a different one, but later on I found the Sensitive skincare, which was better for me with sensitive skin. And then on days when I needed to debride my skin, I used the Deep Pore Scrub. I still use this, Peach and Willow Bark Deep Pore Scrub. Still use it, still love it. When I first started noticing my acne getting worse, I bought this Neutrogena Clear Pore Cleanser / mask. I really liked it, but I still wasn't using the full Neutrogena system. So I knew that I had to get a specific system for acne to deal with the problem. This happened last year. I talked about it in a haul. I can't remember the exact time. But I bought the Up and Up system from Target, comparable to Proactive. I knew I needed something strong, but not really strong. And I felt like this was a good start. I only have step 2 and 3. I don't know what happened to the face wash, but it's just this Up and Up system, and it'll focus. There was a face wash, a toner, and then this repairing treatment that you put on once the toner dried. It lasted me a little over 2 months or so, maybe even 3 months. It did wonders. It cleared up my skin, and after that I decided to move to Neutrogena skincare. I do want to mention that using Burt's Bees, I fell in love with the Radiance Night Cream. This is the perfect moisturizer for people with super dry skin because it's very thick and heavy. I do continue to use this as my moisturizer since I do still have dry skin. The cleanser I decided to use is this Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser, oil-free. Very important now that I have oily skin. Along with that, an alcohol-free toner. I try to wash my face twice a day. I'm not perfect, but that's the goal every day. And I usually use the toner at night before bed. It's very important that I moisturize before I put on my makeup because the new foundation I got, which is L'Oreal Paris True Match. This foundation is very matte, it dries quick, and because I have combination skin, this is good for dealing with the oily parts of my skin, but the dry parts it can cling to, so I have to moisturize really well to try and combat that effect. I use C1 Alabaster. The foundation does a good job of covering acne. Obviously, there's going to be some spots that are harder to cover than others. At a certain point, you have to say, this is the best it's gonna do. Maybe I'm just not professional enough to know how to cover certain spots, but I don't know, when it's really dry or if it's open, those kinds of spots are just like impossible to cover. But it does a pretty good job of that. CoverGirl True Blend was what I used to use. It was a very watery kind of foundation, which was perfect because I never really wore heavy foundation. When my skin started to get oily and my acne got worse, it wasn't working at all. Like, it didn't cover anything. It was too light and it wasn't heavy enough. It wasn't matte enough, anything like that. On top of my everyday skincare, there's a couple tools I use. I've been loving the Elizavecca Milky Piggy Carbonated Bubble Clay Mask. I did do a review video on this. I don't use it often because I've been struggling with breakouts, and I tend to break out when I use a mask, and I just haven't wanted to go through that cleansing process. But I have been using this off and on to help clear my skin. When I need to take off dead skin, debride the top layer, I still use this Burt's Bees scrub. I would like to either get more of this or try and find a Neutrogena scrub, trying to keep with the same skincare brand that I'm using. But this works really well, and I'll use that with my Clinique brush. Yeah, I use that on top of my skin gently. That works really well. Sometimes I'll use that just with my normal cleanser, and it works just as well as a scrub. Two other tools I use: Clean and Clear Persagel. I use this to treat specific spots on my face. If I have a pimple and I'm trying to get rid of it quickly, I use this. It does dry that area. Getting rid of it, that's what it's supposed to do, because I believe it does contain peroxide. So if I'm using this, I moisturize really well in the morning because I'll wear it overnight when I'm sleeping. Another tool I use is toothpaste. That works really well. Sometimes if I don't have anywhere to go the next morning and I'm willing to deal with the dryness in the comfort of my own home, I'll use toothpaste and I'll read a book or something like that. I'll leave it on for an hour or two, and then I'll wash it off and put on the Persagel overnight. And then in the morning, I'll moisturize really well. Also, I've been using Neosporin religiously, trying to prevent scarring. I don't know if this could cause you to break out if you have oily skin or not. So far, I think it's been doing an okay job. I still have some scarring, but still using this in hopes that the scars will go away. Those things have been helping me. Thankfully, I am well on my way to recovery because I just got over a really bad breakout. I had it really bad on my chin, super hard to cover. I had it really bad right here. It took forever to heal. Like I said, I deal with it on my forehead. Usually on the forehead, the spots aren't really big. They're just really small and annoying because I can feel it, like the bumpiness. But if you don't mind my makeup-free face getting up close and personal, this is what my skin's looking like. You can still kind of see the scars, but they're going away. They're getting better. If anything major changes happens to me, whatever, I'll be sure to do an update video. I do want to once again clarify that I'm making this video for the people like me who have acne sort of in the middle of the spectrum. You do have it, but it's not as bad as it could be. Honestly, acne all around just sucks. Like, no one wants it at all, whether it's all over your face or you get it in clusters around your face. It's just awful. If you have any questions about the products or about anything else I didn't talk about or cover in this video, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you liked this video and it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that red button down below to subscribe and become a member of my YouTube family. Don't forget to click the bell to turn on your notifications. I will see you in my next video. Bye!